What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool news, and in this video we will talk about the further expansion of Anfield, Liverpool FC's home. You know that Liverpool already extended the main stand with a further 8,500 seats, and Liverpool have planning permission until 2019 for expansion of the Anfield Road and part of the stadium, which would add a further 7,000 seats, and that could bring Anfield's capacity to 61,000, and I think that's what's needed. And Liverpool have many tens of thousands of people on the season ticket waiting list. So I think even if Liverpool built a 75 or 80,000 seater stadium, I mean expanded Anfield to host that, I'm not sure if that's possible, but even then Liverpool could fill the stadium in like 95% of their home games. Work on the main stand was concluded in 2016, and you know, there are plans for a new training ground which would cost about 50 million, but that would basically integrate the first team and the youth academy, and the first team and the academy players would train at the same place, which would I think improve the youth academy players tenfold, because imagine just training alongside the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, Firmino, Sadio Mane, Naby Keita, you know, other world-class players at Liverpool. Liverpool are believed to be finalizing plans for the Anfield Road and expansion as they consider three designs. I have some interesting quotes from Liverpool's Chief Operating Officer Andy Hughes, and he said this: Our priority right now is the training ground, the contract for which is currently out to tender, and ideally work already began on that in July. While this process is continuing, outline planning permission for Anfield Road is in place and does not expire until September 2019. So that means that Liverpool still have 1 year left on their planning permission, which means that they have 1 year to decide which design they will go for and start work on expanding the Anfield Road end. And that doesn't mean that this Anfield will be closed. I think most of the work will take place in the summer, just like when the main stand was expanded. And just imagine how much better Anfield will look when it will host 61,000 people, and not just how much better it will look, but the atmosphere will be amazing. And I'm just so happy that in the end the Liverpool owners decided to remain at Anfield and not build a brand new stadium like the previous American owners wanted to, because I think Anfield has such a rich history and tradition, and just everything about the stadium. Liverpool have been playing there for more than 100 years, and I think it's the best solution to expand Anfield as much as it can be. But there are some major problems regarding the area, because I think the infrastructure, the transportation needs to be improved as well. The Liverpool Chief Operating Officer also says it's important to stress that we are applying the same level of rigor to this process as we did to the main stand process, but Anfield Road is very much a live process, and we will look to vary the outline planning permission that we have if necessary. So from our point of view, there is no shortage of time or effort that is being put into this project to make it as good as it possibly can be. The program is on track and we are completely committed to this project. So it means that Liverpool will build a brand new training ground in the coming 1 year, and also they will start, you know, revealing plans for the Anfield Road and expansion. But there was some bad news. Liverpool's application to host non-football sporting events at Anfield has been rejected by the Liverpool City Council, and that's quite a big setback, because Liverpool wanted to host you know, concerts, hosting rugby league and rugby union games, and some concerts here and there, a limited number of music concerts at the stadium, especially during the off season, so in the summer. But Liverpool representatives stressed that they are aware of the neighbors' worries about antisocial behavior and other problems that may arise, and they are engaging with the council to tackle these problems. These other problems include the noise complaints, traffic congestion, and the rerouting of buses around the area. So I can completely empathize and feel with the residents living close to the stadium, because as some of them have said, the summer months are the only time where there is a little bit of extended period of calm in the area, and if even in the off season there are concerts and other, you know, maybe rugby league games hosted at Anfield, that small window each year is taken away from the residents, and I think Liverpool have to be very careful to negotiate you know, everything that is a solution. In a Liverpool Echo report, there were quotes from local resident Nicola Cutter, who argued that the end of May to mid-August is the only respite that they have, and they don't want that taken away from them. And this was a concern that Liverpool were worried about, because this could potentially delay the development of the Anfield Road end, because I think there needs to be an agreement between the council and the residents, the neighbors of the stadium, to go forward with the planning permission and everything of the stadium expansion. So there is still some work to do, some discussions to be had between, you know, the city council, Liverpool FC, and the neighbors of Anfield Stadium. So I'm really hoping that there will be a solution and Liverpool can start, you know, working on expanding the Anfield Road Stadium, because that's what Liverpool needs to do to compete with the likes of Tottenham, who are building a new stadium, with the likes of you know, Arsenal, Manchester United have a bigger stadium. Man City Stadium, I think, is around the same size now as Liverpool Stadium. So Liverpool need to do this if we want to compete at the top end of the Premier League and at the top end of Europe in the long term, and I think that's what everybody wants ultimately who is a Liverpool fan. Another very interesting news is that Red Star Belgrade fans were banned from attending the Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain games at the Parc des Princes and at Anfield because of crowd trouble, and that's a big punishment for them, because I think Red Star Belgrade, the last time they were in the Champions League was like 25 years ago or something like that. And for their fans to be, you know, the opportunity to go to Anfield and Paris Saint-Germain in a Champions League night to support their local team doesn't come around very often. As I said, probably 25 years since the last time they went into the Champions League, and now that is a big punishment, because I can't even imagine how the Red Star Belgrade fans feel, the ones who are innocent in this, but UEFA for once did a really big punishment, because I think that's a one in a lifetime opportunity for Red Star fans to, you know, attend matches at Anfield and PSG, and they actually had drawn attention to themselves by setting off fireworks and throwing objects on the pitch, and their fans have been banned for 2 big away matches, and also the club has to pay a 30,000 euro fine, and they have been ordered to contact Salzburg within 30 days to settle costs for damages caused by the supporters. So this was, you know, a crowd trouble between the Salzburg and Red Star supporters, and also UEFA have slapped a 23,000 euro fine on Salzburg as well for the pitch invasion against Red Star, and the reduced and there will be a 2-match stadium ban following a trouble against Sudova on July the 24th, but that have been overturned last week. So it's very interesting news, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I think the stadium atmosphere at Anfield is always better when there are a small section of away fans making big noise. Every time like a really ferocious away support comes to Anfield, it seems like the Anfield support rises up to it. But now that there will be no away fans, well, at least officially no away fans at Anfield, I'm not sure if the atmosphere will be as good as it would have been otherwise. And Fabinho insisted that he's ready to play for Liverpool finally, because he still has yet to make his Anfield and his Liverpool debut, official debut in an official game. Because Fabinho has been an unused substitute in the Premier League opener against West Ham, and then he was not even involved on the bench against Crystal Palace, Brighton and Leicester. And Fabinho said this: "My start has been good adaptation. The pre-season was very good. We had 9 friendlies and I played all 9. It was good to play against English teams to see what the rhythm and the intensity and the physique are like. Of course, it's very different to France. The way the team played, I got it right. The more experienced players helped me, the technical team as well. Now it's time to make my debut. I am ready." Oh man, that is music to my ears, because Fabinho, make no mistake, he will be one of the most important players in Liverpool, I believe, in the next 5 years. We have been desperate for an out-and-out defensive midfielder like him, and he's a big signing. 40 million pounds is a lot of money. Fabinho, it looks like, has settled really well. He said, "Me and my wife are liking the city, Liverpool, we already have a home." Firmino is being a great guy. His family has given good support to me and Alisson, who is a fellow Brazilian. Having Brazilians in the team really helps. I'm fine, I'm training well, I'm prepared. Now it's time to make my debut. And Jurgen Klopp admitted that he is happy with Fabinho's progress, and he will include him in Liverpool's 18-man squad for their visit to Tottenham. I wouldn't start him against Tottenham, and it's very tricky because Liverpool have like a brutal next 7 games. We play Tottenham, we play Paris Saint-Germain, we play, Chelsea twice, we play Napoli away, we play Manchester City. So these are brutal set of fixtures, and Fabinho, probably it's not the best if he makes his Premier League debut against Tottenham, because that game will be played at 100 miles an hour at ferocious pace, and I'm not sure Fabinho is ready for that. But again, the next game, Liverpool Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, do you start Fabinho there? What I would do if I was Jurgen Klopp is just play Fabinho for the last like 20-30 minutes against Tottenham, see how he gets on, maybe give him another 30 minutes against Paris Saint-Germain, and then start him. I think we play Southampton in between those really big games. We play one smaller team out of the next 7 games. The other 6 are against world-class teams. So I'm actually really looking forward to how Jurgen Klopp shuffles his squad, because we have to rotate the team. There is no way that we can play the same starting 11 throughout all those 7 fixtures, because we play brutally difficult games every 3 or 4 days. And Naby Keita spoke some very interesting words, and he said, and this is a very, very humble interview, and I really am happy that we signed Naby Keita, who is not only a brilliant professional, a great footballer, but he is a great man as well. He said, "Firstly, before every game, I always speak with my mom. She really encourages me a lot. Then once I'm out on the field, I say a little prayer for my team and for everyone on the field, both sides, so that nothing bad happens, no one gets injured." How good are the club hugs? He was asked by the journalist, and he said he gives everyone hugs. I like him. He's someone who, how can I put it? Well, he treats everyone the same. All the players are equal for him. He's close to everybody. I see him at training, and even with the guys who aren't playing at the time, he's the same with everyone. If you get a hug after the game, it means that we have won the game, and also that you have done a good job too, I reckon. So Naby Keita, I really love him, and I really hope that he just keeps improving in this Liverpool team. We need him really a lot in these next few games. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Liverpool news video. I really hope that you did. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.